All right, everybody, welcome back. Okay, we're not doing this again for a whole episode. For anyone watching the YouTube portion, you will have noticed that we only have one camera
There we go.
We'll only have one camera on this fine episode. And so sorry about that. We'll have to deal with that. So, Raymon, how's the last week been? We haven't spoken since the last Critters Corner.
That's true. Well, I've been making a movie. Well, actually, I have not been making a movie. I've been pre-production making a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just been script analysis. That's pretty much been my week, and the week before that.
Got it.
Just like looking at the stage directions and just asking questions from that. Like, for example, if like the first part of the movie, like the character walks in and she walks in and like has a gum pack and then she puts gum in her mouth. So I ask him like, well, why does she chew gum? Mm-hmm. Like I understand it for like a thematic reason. Yeah. Why does this character chew gum? Mm-hmm. And then I write down 3 possible answers as to what it might be. They don't even have to be right answers. They just have to be 3 possible ones.
They have to be reasons.
Yeah, like
logistically
it tastes good.
Possible.
Yeah, it tastes good. And then the one that I went with that I wrote down was it's a stress reliever. And
True.
She's just like an innocent kid. She's not. So her stress reliever from like pain she's suppressing is not from. She doesn't suppress it with drinking or alcohol or smoking. She could. Yeah. But she's an innocent kid, so she chews gum. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason I found. So I've been doing that. It's hard because sometimes there's like a paragraph or like description. I'm just like, oh.
Who cares?
And then it takes like 3 hours for me to get down that one paragraph. Anyway, I finished that. And I was like, whew. But now I have to go to each line of dialogue because I skipped that and like write down like possible subtext of like what these lines could mean. Like if he's saying "Go home, Nikki," that could really mean our relationship is still ruptured. I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that's what I've been doing this whole week. Yeah, nothing else. The other classes I just don't pay attention to. It's just the movie.
That happens. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, happiness class, pretty standard.
If I was still in school, I'd take happiness class. I'd be passing that shit, acing it even.
It's a really easy class for 3 credits. For 3 credits, it's half a semester long. And there's 2 books. Yeah. You don't have to read the books. I bought them, which was a mistake.
Optional books.
Because I read like the first 2 chapters. Yeah. And then I realized that you can just Control F online. And so that's what I've been doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess circling back to your happiness class. Are you happy?
Oh yeah. What I realized yesterday that people think I'm cool.
You are cool.
I realized that yesterday, though. Like, I was in the UTV office, and we're pretty much just chilling in the UTV office until UTV starts. Yeah. Like, some of the managers.
Sure.
And so I realized in there, I was like, people think I'm cool.
People respect me.
It was crazy. I was like, what the hell? But now, I think, because my plan before the semester started, whole summer was like ghost. I was like, I'm just going to try to get better at making movies. I'm going to make a movie and like study that stuff. And I'm going to start getting in shape and eating healthier foods. For sure. So that when the semester hits, I know I'm going to probably not stay consistent, but I'd like a solid foundation. Mm-hmm. I built that, but towards the end of that thing, went off the rails, whatever. Sure. But and then I got here and I was like, well, I haven't worked out in a month, probably over a month. But then I realized, I was talking to one of my friends, and then she said she was going to the gym. She's like, I just want to go to the gym so that I can go up the steps and not be out of breath. Like, that's a valid thing. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I just wish I was in shape or whatever. And she's like, hold on. And then
pause.
And then I guess she thought I was in shape.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I give that off? And then I was like, maybe I don't. I have a lot of film friends who do like hanging out with me and say how much they appreciate my presence. And I'm not working out right now. and I'm not particularly handsome. I was like, hey, maybe that doesn't matter as much. And so, yeah, that's what the Boom musical is going to be about.
Gotcha.
Through song. But
it's a lesson you learn that perhaps the handsomeness doesn't lie on the outside.
yeah, it's what's on the inside.
It's what's on the inside.
What's on the inside counts. The rest just adds up.
I'm not in shape, but I'm handsome as hell.
Yeah.
And I find myself to be a very
Glow
attractive
up.
man. Thank you.
Anyway, that's been my semester so far.
Okay. I don't have a semester. Life is just life for me. But it's going good.
It's a flow.
It's a flow. We live day to day. And I don't have anything interesting from like work or anything. But
That was water.
we just finished filming our 500 subscriber special for my channel. That was fun. It's a big milestone, and I'm proud of myself for getting there. And I'm thankful for everyone who got me there. And I think anyone who's listening to a Critters Corner is a damomaniac.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say to the critter heads out there, thank you for what you've done for this podcast and what you've done for me in my life.
You think Belgium still listens?
I think Belgium listens religiously, and I think Belgium is anxiously spamming that refresh button. for the 2-month hiatus that we were gone, they were spamming that refresh button.
Come on.
Come on. I need what's the critter this week? What's the critter this week?
Every Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think generally Studio 82 is going off on a pretty, we're obviously next week we'll be rounding out this podcast. We're going to start a new podcast that we actually have some spark of joy for. What's his name? Our good buddy Jacob Slipknot Boom is running our Instagram account, which is less off my plate, which I appreciate. And he can be funny, so those posts are pretty good. Less for me to worry about. And then, yeah, there's a lot of changes going on, and sometimes change can be pretty scary. But right now, where we're at, personally, if I can speak for myself, I think these changes are looking good. I will say, though, today I went to Target because I needed to buy stuff for my 500 subscriber special. And recently, earlier this week, I lost my earbuds, my Bluetooth wireless earbuds. And I have really bad anxiety going in public spaces, and I constantly need a podcast or music in my ear. And obviously that wasn't the case. And I sat in that Target parking lot, and I was like, I might just drive to the other side of town to Best Buy and buy earbuds because I was like, I have the money.
Why can't you buy them at Target?
They didn't have any good ones.
Oh.
They didn't have any good brands because I have Sony ones. Because I think like Bose is probably the best, but Boses are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going to Best Buy after Target, and they didn't really have anything anyway. But still, it's rough. So I might get some on Amazon or something because personally, can't take it.
Yeah.
I need something in my ear.
Yeah.
And I think the best way that I can describe it is that's why I listen to podcasts, because like they're doing the talking for me. I don't know about you, but I talk a lot to myself.
Me too. I talk in my room because, I'm just working on my movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like, we're about to make an awesome movie. And then I go into another depression because I realize a mistake was in the script. And then once you solve it, I'm just like,
we're so back.
I've said that to myself at least 5 times this week.
Yeah.
Go on.
I can tell because I hear you in your room, and I'm like, I wonder if he's on a Zoom call or if this is just him talking.
No, I was just talking because it's better when you think of it like a story problem out loud. You're just like, okay, what's the problem?
For sure.
And then you start thinking, you're just like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of Amazon, yesterday in the UTV office, I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about how dog shit, excuse my language, the NEU football team is. Oof. And how everyone who I've talked to about the NEU football team agrees. They're terrible. I don't care if they come after me because they'll be working for me in 15 years, so it doesn't matter. But sorry.
That's awesome.
Anyway, that's what happens when you work hard. No, I'm just kidding. But
what happens when you work hard and ball hard.
Yeah.
Work hard, ball harder.
Ooh.
That's the next corner merge.
Ooh, I like
work
that.
hard, and then on the back, front, work hard. On the back, ball harder.
Ooh, I like that. That's good. Print that.
Run it.
Print it. Anyway, but they spent like $50 million, like half of
our team.
The school spend it for the football team, like a facility, like training and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Regular students like me, but Joe Schmoes aren't allowed in that building. So we can't even see what it looks like.
Wow.
But
That's
they
crazy.
I guess if you lose like 11 games, you can just have access to
They
the building.
bulldoze the building.
It's crazy. So anyway, but we can use that obviously for like regular students to have to work out whatever.
Sure.
But also put it in other like, sports that are good. Like I found out yesterday we had a women's soccer team.
Yeah.
They're making the playoffs.
Mm.
I didn't know that.
I don't know that.
My friend had to tell me, and I was like, we should just promote them. And he's like, exactly.
I don't know anything about our sports teams.
Me neither. We don't have a baseball team. I know that. But
Really, I know there's a lot of sports that are like organized teams here at NAU,
but
they're not
real.
technically sports. They're
Yeah.
like clubs.
Yeah.
Like our friend who's in frisbee. I was hearing some people in my work talking about a hockey club. It's not official. Apparently, we have a golf club. Didn't know that. I don't even know where you'd play. Oh, we have a country club. Of course, you play golf up here.
Yeah.
We should play some golf.
I want to play disc golf.
Curtis
thing's
Corner
right over
plays
there.
golf.
We're like 5 minutes away.
Let's
from
go
the disc golf
golfing.
place. I need some frisbees. But you said golf. Anyway, but we could also put that stuff selfishly in the film equipment because
I would
film
say
students.
that, would you say
it's
50
terrible.
million? That's a lot of money.
Or
that-
like $500 million. It's probably 50 million though.
I would say. I don't know if any of us got $500 million to be dropping. I would say because sure, some of that can go to the football team, but there's a lot of other aspects of this college that I would assume are underfunded.
Yeah.
That could have been evenly distributed.
This podcast.
Call me a communist, but that probably could have been like this podcast.
Yeah.
Or just this podcast. Period.
Yeah. Sponsored by NU.
Curtis Corner sponsored by Northern Arizona.
Northern
University.
Arizona. But we were talking about sports, and I was like, man, I just want to play a sport again. Because UTV usually has like a kickball game at the end of the semester. I've been in it 3 semesters. I've never played a game.
Yeah.
They just canceled it for the fall semester. Spring semester, this is my 3rd semester. Never mind. Spring semester, snow. And they're like, oh. But I was like, so help me. There better be like some sport. I don't care if it's kickball. I don't care if it's baseball. I want to play a sport. And then one of my friends brought up croquet. Or they brought up soccer. And I was like, and they talk about an English coach. And I was like, well, I think of English people. I think of croquet. Like, we should just play croquet in this office. So I bought a croquet set, and it's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, sick! Like with the little things that you put in the grass too.
It's wooden. Yeah.
That's actually awesome.
So I will be putting that in the
wanna play
UTV office. I'll bring it. Actually, it's mine, so
a croquet corner.
I'll just bring it to UTV for Thursdays, but I'm gonna take it home
for sure.
'cause
That's yours.
That's mine. But
A croquet corner.
I just want to play sports again. That I don't have to. Actually, I can run.
I still really want to play tennis.
I know. My friend Thomas, he played tennis in high school. And I was like, we should just play tennis.
You should play tennis.
He was like, I got rackets in my trunk. I was like, I got balls in my apartment.
Yeah, you do got balls right here.
Big balls.
I also want to go hiking.
Work hard, ball harder.
I need to get more in touch with my body's chakras. I think I'm very in touch with myself mentally. Physically, not so much.
Yeah.
I want to go hiking. I haven't gone swimming in a long time.
Me either. I don't want to go hiking.
You can't
though.
swim, though. That's why.
Yeah, whatever.
That's why I haven't gone biking in forever.
Oh, yeah, because
What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, you can just learn.
Yeah, well. Easier said than done.
There's
Easier
probably
said than
clubs here that could probably
done.
teach
Yeah, well,
you.
easier said than done.
Actually, probably a 5-year-old could teach you.
Yeah, probably, but easier said than done is the thing.
Yeah, but
my thing right now is just kind of like easier said than done. It is to learn bicycling.
That's the word. That is the word.
Bicycling, cycling.
That's a better word.
See, I want to say cycling, but there's all kinds of cycling you can do. Motorcycling, unicycling. You know what? Teach me how to unicycle.
Me?
I'm just like the universe.
I can't. Oh,
That's like a call that I'm trying to manifest in my life. Learn how to unicycle. You know what I mean?
no.
Okay, sure. There's a lot of things I want to learn.
Me too. I want to play the piano.
Unicycling is one of them. You want to learn the piano?
Oh, what? We have to make music for the musical,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to play.
I
an
don't.
instrument.
I would love to have a song in the musical. Let me just get up there with my ukulele.
There's only one.
Let me get up there with my ukulele.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah, what's up? Hit me.
I had max. I want the script to be 12 pages max.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to go to 15. So I can't have
Let
like
alone
6
13.
musical numbers in there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna have the beginning, the first part. Is like the first musical number, quote unquote, is like 30 seconds of like him singing this thing, and then he gets interrupted by real life, and he's singing it with his friend,
Yeah.
And then in the middle, he's singing by himself, he thinks, but then, someone hears him. And then at the end, when he learns like the lesson, he sings what was in the beginning in the middle, but this time it's changed because in the beginning and the middle, he was down on himself, but now it's the same lyrics, just a little bit different because he's like swag, and then big musical number with like everyone in the thing, including the puppet. I want the puppet to sing like Kermit.
Do you have a puppet?
No, but I looked up warthog puppets,
Ooh.
and they have like ones that you can put.
And they're out there.
With a hand, yeah.
They're out there.
Pretty cheap, like $30.
That's actually nothing. That's crazy.
Yeah, I needed an ugly, quote unquote, looking puppet.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought of warthog because no one likes what they look like in real life.
But it's the inner beauty. That's what the thing is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why the puppet's like, look at me, I'm a warthog. And then the because he's talking to a puppet,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, oh, whatever, or I forget what he says. He's like, whatever, and then or no, he's like, you wrote that, and he's like, how could I have hooves? How am I supposed to blah blah blah?
Hooves.
And then he's like talking, and then the guy takes the puppet off of the hand, and the hand just keeps talking, and then the hand just stops, looks around, and then looks down and notices it's like naked, and he's like, ah! And then he's like screaming, and then the boom operator rolls his eyes, grabs the hand, pulls him up, and the guy's still screaming. He's like, yeah, it was me. And then they continue.
That's funny.
Thank you.
I like that.
I just got to write the rest.
That's whimsical.
Thank you. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for singing in the rain.
Going for whimsy.
Yeah. I'm trying to touch the heart, not the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickle the heartstrings.
Yeah.
Not the phrase, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Iron Giant this mofo.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's
It's kind of like how with Iron Giant they're like, what if a gun had feelings? Like this is like, what if a warthog puppet had feelings?
well, it's not about the puppet. The puppet's just like a variation on theme.
I feel like you're really harping on me for no reason. What's your critter?
My critter to this week is
One thing about the Critters Corner, banger segues.
banger segues. That was actually pretty cold one, but
Well, what are you gonna do?
Speaking of hooves,
Oh,
seahorse.
theoretically hooves.
Theoretical hooves. My critter this week is a seahorse. Oh, I spelled C wrong. I spelled essay. It's a Mexican thing.
Speaking of Mexican, today's the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. Did you know that?
Great segue. I have this on my phone, I'm pretty sure. This exact picture is on my phone.
Yeah.
Because why not have critters on your phone?
Now, Raymond, why not have critters? Life is too short to not have critters on your phone.
She's transferring the eggs to his body.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on, let me ask you a quick question. How much critter content do you have on your phone? Like pictures,
Instagram doesn't
videos,
count.
Unless it's like saved, like
Well, it's
onto your
saved,
Instagram.
but I don't know how many are on that.
But just like estimate.
From Instagram?
Yeah. Me personally, I still have some leftover memes from when I ran the Instagram page, but mostly my critter stuff is like dog, cat, and capybara videos. There's that meerkat one I sent you.
That's pretty good.
As far as saved, that's all I have, but my TikTok For You page loves sending me videos of people at zoos
Loves.
being like, hey, check out this quirky little guy. I'm sorry, I had a burp there for a second.
I got a decent amount. I have a lot of my dogs.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Oh, yeah, I got a shit ton of pepper.
Yeah, I also have
Pardon
stuff
the
with
language.
pepper. And then I have
That's my dog.
my sister's turtle.
Classic.
Her ferrets. I have a lot of the
A
ferrets
lot of
now.
the ferrets, yeah.
A lot of the ferrets.
A lot of
I
the
think I have
ferrets.
one of the rabbit. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
When are you going to get a pet, Raymond?
I have my Waxford,
That's true.
my plant. I had to
critter
ask my
has some-
friend who sold me Waxford. I was like, how much do I have to water this guy? Because I don't want him
Never.
to die. And she told me, just drown the mofo when
How's
it's
he,
dry.
how's he doing these days?
He's chilling. I forgot to water him like for a week. And then that's why I asked her because it was the first time watering him.
Yeah.
I was like, how much do I have to water him? Because I do not. They're like I understand it's once a week.
Yeah.
But how much is enough?
For sure.
And she said, as long as if it's dry, drown him. Don't like barely water him, then come back like 3 hours later and then water him again. Just
Yeah.
douse him in water and then wait until he's dry again.
Uh-huh. Did your friend
She works at a plant shop.
did she teach you the little stick method?
She probably did when I bought the plant.
Mhm.
Don't recall.
What I would see, so what I would always do when
Yeah,
I
but
had plant.
she works at a plant shop.
Okay.
What are your credentials? I need to know.
Well, a plant shop person told me this one. So
Yeah, but she
when you-
works. She's the person who probably told you.
She probably is. Anyway, so she told me that you get a stick, like a chopstick, or a skewer, a kebab skewer. You know what a kebab is?
Like food.
Close enough. You stick it in like the soil, all the way to the bottom of like the pot or whatever it's in. Stick it out. If there's like soil dirt sticking on it, then it's like wet enough. And obviously for plants, the wetness there, it depends. But if it's really dry soil, like to the end, nothing will come out, and that's when you're like, this bitch is thirsty. And obviously, like for example, like succulents, you only got to feed them water every so often. But there are some plants that you can like, depending on the pot, I think you can like straight up take the whole thing of soil and like dump them in water and then just put them back in their pot.
Like a sponge.
Yeah, but most of the time, like the plants I just fucking feed it to them. I want a garden. I think my soul yearns for a garden.
There's an apartment near ours, like one of the buildings in our complex.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of flowers on the outside.
That seems so nice. That's why I would.
They're on
love
the first floor,
That's
though.
why I would love to have it. Well, there you go. That's why I would love to have a balcony in an apartment. Like if we once we move from this one, I would like to pick one with a balcony. Like I want one with like there's like trays. It's like a pot, but it's like a big long tray. Plants, flowers. Maybe fruits.
Maybe, possibly.
Just throwing that out there. Possibly a fruit or two.
Yeah. On Wednesday, I had a meeting for like making the shot list. And so I'm not in charge of that. The DP is, but I hate shot lists. So anything like she writes down, couldn't tell you what it looked like until she drew the storyboard. So I'm waiting for the storyboards. But we were getting that down, and then I saw the person we were at, our producer, she had a balcony at her place. And I was like, whoa.
Oof.
So I was going to walk out there, and she's like, oh, just so you know, there's like a hornet's nest or a wasp nest up there. And they come out, during the day, but at night you should be fine. So if you want to go out at night. And I didn't go out because I was like, hell no.
Still scared, yeah. Hornets suck. I used to deal with a lot of hornets' nests at my parents' place.
Former.
Yeah. Seahorses, though. Tell me about these guys.
I don't remember. I don't have my computer.
Where's your computer? You left your tripod and your computer at home.
Oh.
I'll tell you one thing that I remember. The males are the ones that get pregnant. You know who taught me that?
Was it me?
No, fish hooks. You ever seen fish hooks?
No.
Remember the Disney XD show Fish Hooks?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Their teacher was a man,
Was that like...
seahorse, who was pregnant.
Whoa.
And I was like, they can do that?
You're like, that's not right.
That's not right. And then I looked it up, and they were like, yeah, they can do that. And I was like, wow.
I'm trying to
And
think
then
of what I remember.
that's kind of what planted the seeds for me to be like, gender is a construct. And I think
Thanks to that professor in fish hooks.
I think fish hooks was the first step in the deconstruction of my spiritual journey.
Crazy.
Tell me
world
about these
we live
guys,
in.
though.
What I remember is that because, I know that they're not great swimmers. I think they're the slowest swimmers in the sea.
Makes sense.
And so I think what they do sometimes to like get by and fly,
Yeah.
if there's like a shark or like debris like going, they'll just grab a hold of that with their little twirly thing on the end, and they just go.
Is that not called a tail?
I mean, it probably is. But I didn't want to be wrong. But
Okay, fair enough. You're not exactly right, though, are you?
then they're a fish.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Well, I always thought they weren't fish. I thought they were like a different sea creature.
I'll get you like a different classification.
Yeah, but they're
I
fish.
guess that makes sense.
Um,
This one here I've seen before.
the dragon.
Yeah, so for anyone viewing at home without images in front of them, there's like a seahorse type that like kind of like blends in with algae and stuff, and it's got kind of like leafy parts sort of extending off of it. And are you saying it's called a dragon? Is that true, or are you just saying it's what it looks like?
There are dragon. I forgot
Sea
dragon
dragons.
something. I think this might be what it is.
Jamie, pull up a sea dragon.
He said Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Sea dragon. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Yep.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, leafy sea dragons. These guys are sick. Did I talk about these guys? I think I have them on my list to talk about them. No,
you
I
did.
did. Man, this podcast is fucking stupid.
But another thing about octopuses that I learned,
Yeah.
they're really cool. I wish I did octopus. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm surprised that I did an octopus.
You did?
I did the ones that grow hair.
That doesn't count. I mean, those things. I don't even think it was like a scientific thing. They exist.
What are you talking about?
There's barely anything on them that you found.
Yeah, but they exist. I showed at least 2 or 3 pictures on it.
That could have been like sea hairball for all I knew.
That could have been what?
Ooh, that's a nice photo.
I don't really know what you're saying to me.
It could have been like a piece of hair.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
was
have
it
known
though?
the
Was
difference.
it?
I don't know. I'll never know.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, come in.
Hey. How's my moneymaker doing?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. How are you?
I'm good. Y'all aware of who I am?
I mean, I sure am. You're our boss, basically.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Hey, one half of the Critters Corner. Are you aware of who I am?
Yeah. Oh.
My name's Clay. Otherwise known as Little Squeezy.
For anyone listening on just audio, so our manager, producer.
Yeah. What are you?
Yeah, what are you? What's your official title on like their pay stub?
I believe I am the producer. Got this.
Go on, talk in the mic for me.
That would help. That would help. Sorry, I'm behind the scenes a lot on this operation. Can't help it over here that there was some notes that needed to be accounted for. So I'm here to bring a device in which you can look up your seahorse facts. Great episode today. Great critter. Also, just wanted to acknowledge. Y'all talked about 2 more episodes. I believe that was
yeah, the plan was that this was going to be our last critter, and then next week was going to be like the finale. That was just kind of what we thought would make the most sense.
That's right. And in a perfect world, that would make a lot of sense, right? But unfortunately, these budgetary restraints, tried my best to pull with Awesomeness TV. Fortunately, that's not going to be the case here today. So I hate to say it, but today is going to be the last episode of A Critters Corner.
Man, that sucks.
Now present on Spotify and Apple Music.
Huh?
What?
What?
So you're telling me that the budgets didn't allow for a...
Thank God.
What episode? What episode is this? 33.
This would be episode 32, I believe.
This is 32.
The episode of A Critters Corner, 32.
Yeah, episode 32 of A Critter's Corner. Okay, Critterhead. So, for anyone who's not...
Do you want me to?
Well,
For anyone who's not... Okay, if I can... For anyone who's not watching on
What?
the
I don't know what you're saying.
he said your notes. For anyone who's not...
What does that mean?
Oh my Jesus. Jesus. For anyone who's not...
the notes for the seahorses.
For anyone who's not watching the video portion, we've had a visitor. It's Clay Squeezy, our producer and manager of A Critter's Corner here at Studio 82. And apparently we've been cut short this season. So this is actually going to be our season and series. Is that right, Clay?
Yeah, the finale for the series.
Yeah, so this is going to be the finale for the series. That's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's like I don't think we had another critter in us anyway.
I sure as hell didn't.
How long did we talk for that whole thing? Far?
For the critter, it was probably 5 minutes.
Well, because we brought up the critter and then we literally frame one changed topics and immediately started talking about something else. Man, these mics suck too.
Well, I tried my best. Unfortunately, with the budget we've been given, this is the studio.
Yeah, did you hear about that? They had $15 million and none of it came to the podcast studios.
I'm aware of that. I thought when you said dog shit, I thought you were talking about the philosophy of dog shitting.
I'm gonna pull that mic away from you because your audio files are just really bad to look at. I can't imagine hearing them.
The files,
Wait, what's his name?
This guy?
Yeah.
This is our manager, Clay Squeezy.
Clay, do you hate fucking dogs?
Fucking dogs, yes or no?
No, just do you hate fucking dogs?
Yeah, what he
Like,
said.
God fucking damn it. Like that.
What?
Fucking
do you
dogs.
hate fucking dogs?
Fucking dogs.
I love dogs. I would.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here
folks.
first,
Clay hates
folks.
fucking dogs.
I would never have intercourse with
That's not what you said, bro.
Four-legged beast. But
Beast, that's interesting.
That's how I.
That's what he thinks about when he's going ham.
You remind me of our friend Jacob who doesn't like animals.
Well, that's quite unfortunate, really.
He probably hates fucking dogs too.
He probably does not like fucking dogs.
I can't speak on the behalf of Jacob, newly appointed to Studio 82 full time, but
Oh yeah, we were talking about him. He's a social media manager now, and he's gonna have a show. Are you the manager of a Critters Corner or of Studio 82?
Ooh, well, I believe.
Well, that's complicated.
I believe
That's my impression. Hey, who am I? I believe.
Well, I do believe that
Joe Rogan.
I will.
Jamie, pull up the seahorse.
I'm only affiliated with anything that's corner related. So
Corner related.
in the transition from a Critters Corner to a Cinema's Corner, I think I'm still present on that. Still waiting on the pay stub for that. Let you know in advance.
Me too, man.
It'd be a good day if I get rehired, but if I don't, unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I feel like, and I might just be speaking out of my ass here, but I feel like from my perspective, and maybe even the critter heads too, I probably wouldn't lose like a wink of sleep if you didn't come back for a Cinema's Corner.
Well, to be frank,
A wink of sleep.
this is my first appearance in physical form. I've only been name dropped one other time, so I wouldn't blame the people for not becoming acquainted with me.
We gotta wear shades more often. We look sick.
You guys, we all look pretty freaking awesome.
I gotta wear a suit though.
Thank you.
Freaking epic.
I can see those budget cuts are really
Those
harping us
really-
because Little Sweezy stole my suit.
We're really hitting the hard.
I appreciate the suit.
And the suit's really wrinkly.
Is that
too.
Goodwill?
Is that Goodwill?
Well, these budgetary restraints that
Do you thrift?
the question is, do I thrift?
We already know you hate fucking dogs. Or you love fucking dogs,
I-
excuse me.
Now, even if you feel uncomfortable with the question, I would really like you to answer. What's the average pay stub for producing Critters Corner?
I get all I'll say is I get all the profits from the merch store. So
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
yeah, I am too. I don't get paid and I don't lose a wink of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Raymond we get paid in kind of like love from the fans.
Right. And I get shit on, so
Yeah.
So
And I also get the Patreon money.
right.
That kind of just goes to the cost of owning a podcast, though.
Right.
So it's really like no one really sees the Patreon money. But if the Critterheads did want to, I'm just gonna take the mic here for a second. If the Critterheads did want to go to the Patreon, that would be really appreciated because we are still gonna do a Cinema's Corner and at some point theoretically Pitch Imperfect. And if I can just say that, I'm really glad that you're not involved in that one.
Sorry.
Huh? Raymond's got a video playing of Bruna. What's her last name? Marquezine. Spends her NYC mornings with TikTok. Oh, she's literally me. Tea and travel skincare. That's actually 3 things that I do every morning.
That's true. I know the tea one.
Those are
and the
three-
skincare. We saw it on the corner.
Yeah, I placed
On the corner.
on episode here.
I love that.
What?
I saw it on the corner.
I saw it on the corner.
Ooh.
Caught that on the corner. Caught that on the right here.
What is that one?
I caught it like you know like
I cut it?
Caught.
I thought you said cut originally.
Oh, okay. Caught it like you caught a fish. Fishing.
caught it on
I know
the
you
corner?
understand that. Yeah, I caught it on the corner.
That's a new shirt.
That's it. Okay, so 2 new
Or a
merch.
tee.
A
Or a
tee.
pin, excuse me.
Oh, a pin. Caught it on the corner. That's good. We're gonna make merch of that.
Are you writing this down?
Hopefully
Jesus
after your
Christ.
contract is over because I don't want you seeing a penny of that.
That's right.
Caught it on the corner, and then what was the other one? Work hard, backside, ball harder.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's literally my motto.
That's literally
Every day.
Like it's. If I can go as far
Did
as
you need me to do something on this?
If
I gave you that for the notes on the seahorses.
the seahorse notes, which are down, Shaw City goodbye.
Which are now
Which is
just
now
really
on the
goodbye.
podcast.
If I can just say that I was talking about something.
Ball harder.
Ball harder, work hard. I don't know. So this being our last episode, I just want to.
That's a good shirt.
I just want to say.
Work hard, ball harder. Oh, that's good. I want to wear that.
Work hard, ball harder. You want me to make that? Because I'll wear that shit too.
I'll wear it.
I need to learn.
Especially if it's a hoodie, though.
I would like. Ooh, hoodie would be good. Oh, you know what? I've always wanted to make.
I'm definitely walking in UTV with that shit.
I've.
I'm dribbling the basketball, too.
Hey Clay,
Shades on.
genuine reaction. Let's say you're walking into like a retail store and you see someone with a shirt that says "Work hard, ball harder." What are your immediate reactions on that individual?
Is it work hard, ball harder, or ball hard?
Work hard Front.
This is why in the behind the scenes.
Backside ball harder.
Okay. And I see both sides of them at some point.
Yeah. Well, so you see the gentleman walking into the studio like where he works hard,
Right.
and then you're like, he walks by.
That was a
you,
nice
so
sweater. You look back.
You walk back
Ball
and you're
harder.
like, I'm gonna need a 360. So you look
Right,
to the
'cause I-
back and you see the ball harder.
Well,
I mean, instant reaction. What do you think?
I think I am doing a genuine double take,
Yeah.
which invokes excitement and pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
So upon seeing that, just doing that, I'm like, wow, that guy works hard. And turning around and see that he balls harder.
It's like if he's working that hard, then it's like, how hard is he balling?
Right. That's the first question that comes to my mind.
Oh man, Raymond, how do you feel about this being our last episode?
I think showing up to the NEU Film Fest in a sweater and I'm nominated for something and I win, let's just say, I don't know, Best Director.
Yeah.
Walk up to
Just,
work my
just
award.
for an example,
Yeah.
best director.
Walk up to get the award. Work hard. I'm just like, thank y'all. Walk back, ball harder. I'm just like, that's how I did it.
This doesn't really feel like an answer to my question, but I do like the visual of that.
I do too. I like it a lot.
I'm gonna put that on Raymond's gravestone. The front it says Raymond Cruz, beloved brother, son, father,
Podcaster.
husband, podcaster, and then director. And then it says he worked hard. And then
He
everyone's
balled
like,
hard.
everyone's like, well, that's nice. And then you go to the backside of the gravestone.
The only gravestone
but
that
he
has-
balled.
I'm the only one with the backside in description.
Yeah, but he balled harder.
That's
And everyone's
pretty,
like, oh,
that's pretty baller.
He did.
Putting the but he balled harder,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it that much more impactful.
For sure. How do we feel about on the shirt for the merch side? Work hard on the back side, but ball harder. It's like a
Ooh,
command.
I like that.
Hey, work hard, for sure. Work hard, but ball harder. Okay, I have a quick question for everyone in the room. Why is this the best episode and this has to be our last one? It's because
We're not talking about a critter.
Oh, that's what it is.
Well, you see, it's because we didn't talk about the
And I'm wearing
Here's the
shades. I'm
thing.
feeling confident right now. I'm feeling nice. Someone's about to get routed up today.
Someone's about to get balled on.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
I should have brought my basketball.
Get balled. Hey, come on, we're in bubble.
I apologize.
I mean, you already said you loved fucking dogs.
I had that question sprung upon me. You can interpret that how you want to.
We will.
I
We'll put that
understand.
all over the social media.
That's
Oh, he's
fine.
in charge of it.
I understand, but
Or no,
I feel-
Jacob
Why
is.
Jacob's in
We're
charge
good.
of it.
I understand,
We're
but I
good.
feel like from a media standpoint, like if I'm going to be as a bystander seeing that on my feed where it's like he was sprung this question and he was asked if he fucks dogs, your
Jesus.
immediate reaction I'm going to assume is the truth.
That's fair to assume. Yeah.
And we're still watching this video, I see.
Interesting though. No notes on the seahorse.
No. No.
I did, but you took my computer.
Yeah, well the computer's right in front of
Well,
you.
I mean, it's back.
I don't know.
But it's
computer.
I mean it's fine cuz I feel like if this is the last episode I'd rather be like
Just
How-
fuck around.
just
Or not fuck around, but
I mean that's interesting for you to say as a producer,
Learning
but I mean
dogs.
just like sort of reflect if anything.
right.
Work hard, reflect hard. I just got to say that this has been a journey, and it's not over, right? I mean, we have a cinemas corner. That,
Right.
like I said, I'm pretty neutral to the idea that of you being involved, but I mean, like, we still have that going. So I'll have the joy of creating because I love making stuff, and I love making stuff with my best friend Raymond here. And I don't love having a boss producer like you, but it's like a business, so it's like it has to happen. Someone has to be watching.
Give and
this stuff.
take.
Lord knows me and Raymond aren't paying attention to how things are running. And I feel like from this point on, if anyone ever decided to rewatch a Critters Corner, and something is bad, maybe possibly like lower quality, I feel like it's safe to say that it's your fault as a producer. Now, Raymond, as on set, I mean, I feel like it's safe to say that a producer is involved in a lot of it, and they can be held accountable for quality of product. Yeah.
Yeah, they assembled the team.
And you've assembled a team here that I think,
They managed the budget too.
yeah. So that seems like it's your fault that you're only making money off the merch.
I do it for the passion of the craft. What we put out there. Anything. Eating is a luxury. You know, like.
Yeah, food and I would even say shelter is not a human right. Thank you for that, Clay.
In terms of in terms of being able to afford to eat, that's a luxury because my main priority is putting this out there.
Mm-hmm.
For all the listeners, like,
Yeah.
I hope they get a kick out of this. My jollies are in order when people listen to the corner.
See, now I would see. I'm kind of the idea that shelter and safety and health and food is a human right, and you could call me a socialist for that. But that's just kind of where I stand morally. I am curious though. What's your favorite episode of A Critters Corner from a producer's standpoint?
From a producer's standpoint, the only reason I'm contemplating on this is because I have to know if it has to be a Critters Corner episode or can it be like anything like a Cryptids or a Cinema's Corner, anything like that.
Yeah, any of the corners.
Any of the corners.
Did you watch our Beauty and the Beast watch along?
No, because I can't afford Disney Plus. I think it's like $5.99 a month, and
Disney Plus?
I think so.
I wish. That's just like 13 now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I wish.
all the stickers we ever sold, I can't afford that. So
Yeah.
well,
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I can check the Etsy, but I believe $13.99 is about the profit we've made entirely off of merch over the course of our career.
okay. Wow.
So that's enough for 1 month of Disney Plus.
Personally, I'm gonna wait until the Kellogg's start again, where they go in accordance with Disney Plus, and I get it for like $3 a month.
Yeah.
Until I watch Loki season 1.
Oh man. So did you answer the question? I guess is my question.
Well, as a producer, never want to pick favorites. I think the corner as a whole is the best, but if I had to choose one, I love your guys' dynamic, right? I mean, it's what keeps the corner alive.
I mean, like, yeah, when two people know each other for half their lives, 11 years, I mean, you would hope that they have some chemistry.
Yeah, and how could they not, right? I mean, that's what we're doing here. We're not just telling podcasts. We're changing lives, and essentially,
it's very Darman of us.
I would say so. He's a big person that I look up to, quite frankly.
He's really big.
He's really like I think he's like 8'6". He is very large. But to have like guests, which I hope.
Speaking of guests, our most recurring guest is Slipknot Boom. What do you think about his performance, both on his personal work, but also as a member of the podcast? Because he's been on, I believe, 2 episodes.
Yeah,
is that right?
That would be right. Yeah,
that would be correct. And we have a pretty popular clip with him involved, and it's a funny clip. And how do you feel about him on our podcast? And I know you're not involved in Pitch Imperfect, but how do you feel about him basically getting his own podcast?
Well, that was when I was talking about guests, I was not going to refer to Slipknot Boom. I was actually going to refer to Gabe and Watch as
he was a lot better than Slipknot Boom.
I would say so, especially if we're comparing first appearances on the cast. Slipknot Boom seemed really, unsure of himself, of the format. I think he played himself up a little bit too much. He wasn't really being himself.
Yeah.
I would say that he was more in line. And this is just like, I go drinking with him sometimes, but so I
wouldn't want to get drunk with that guy.
It's a trip. Is all I'll say, right? Yeah. I'll just say you see the most true form of that person in particular. And I think that when he was in the interview role, he was a lot better doing that.
In episode 21, the season finale of season 1.
Right. Funny that you have a guest on both endings of a season. So I'll say that. And
I wouldn't really say you were a guest. You weren't really invited.
No. You see, I initially I came to just deliver the notes on Seahorses in the form of a computer, but
sure.
I also needed to share this news.
Sure.
I hate that had to disrupt the corner to do so.
It happens.
I mean, it does, unfortunately. But I haven't seen his presence yet on Pitch Imperfect.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, Slipknot Boom seemed like a moldable 160 pounds of clay, right?
Sure.
That
I like that.
That could adapt. I know for a fact he's not good at adapting to things in like
Definitely not.
real life. But I'll say that at least to the podcasting format, all I can really say is I think there's a clear rise in that. He didn't start off on the strongest foot, but
it's like he doesn't have it in him, but he has the potential to have it in him.
right. You can even say that reflects on his own brand of Slipknot Boom.
Yeah. But it's like, at one point, can you really criticize someone for having a podcast when, for example, this podcast, one of the co-hosts is on their phone in the middle of the podcast?
Right. So I guess next topic.
Yeah, if we could just pivot.
I guess so, because we're gonna have to. How are you satisfied with just the entirety of like doing this creatively?
Sure,
podcast?
I'd like to answer that. I enjoy making content. And personally, I've enjoyed all the animals that I've chosen. Now, while me and Raymond have been open about not enjoying talking about those animals, a lot of people I've heard online, and I'm sure Jacob could attest to this by looking at the comments of our Instagram pages, but a lot of people are describing this podcast. I've seen like the phrase where comedy goes to die. And I think that's interesting. I think it's an interesting visual to compare this podcast to, because the truth is it's not funny. And the truth is it's not entertaining. And the truth is it's
Okay.
unlistenable. And
Wait.
and when there is a video portion, it's unwatchable. so it's
Can I make a
yeah, of course.
a note of that? Before I found my pair of earbuds, I was using a pair where only one side of the headphones worked, and it literally made the podcast unlistenable because both of you guys come out of each respective earbud, so I could only listen to Raymond for half the time.
Because if anything, I feel like we insisted that would be the case too.
Yeah, 100%. And unfortunately, that's my problem for being broke. But that means I can only listen to about 10% of the podcast because Raymond was the only one that was
Broken motherfuckers looking at the podcast on the table.
having sound come out of it. So,
But Raymond, I've also a lot of comments are saying that Raymond is the best part, and critics are saying that too.
I agree.
The problem is, I think
I say that as I was on my phone.
I was about to say silent for like the last 50 minutes. I agree.
glad to have you back on the corner, Raymond.
Glad the corner's back, honestly.
We gotta wear shades more often, man. I feel so snazzy right now.
This might be the cinema's corner look,
yeah. Wear suit. Actually, I take it back.
because these are nice shades. That
Actually,
we're
I'd
all
probably wear
respectively
Jacob.
wearing.
I mean, Clay's suit. If I were to
Yeah,
do
Jacob
that.
wishes he had a suit like this.
Yeah.
The only time I've seen Jacob wear a suit was when we reviewed 2022 movies, and the episode never came to light because it was much like this podcast, unlistenable and watchable. And then he made like a really weird joke about being in a suit, and he was calling himself like Saul Goodman, and it's weird because he sent me the footage as if he thought it was funny, but I was watching it like there's no way that could have been the thought process. As far as a Critters Corner goes, though, I'm glad it's ending, but I'm equally glad, if not more so, I'm happy that it's. If I could just say this, I'm happy that it's evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Much like a critter close to my own heart, like a cocooned butterfly. This podcast was our cocoon, maybe, and the Cinema's Corner is going to be our butterfly.
Yeah, I can see that. Would you say you're happy about a Critter's Corner ending or a Cinema's Corner beginning?
Oh, that's beautiful. See, I believe like a certain philosophy in my life that whenever a change happens, because change is often and it's natural in life, and a lot of the times when a change happens, it's a matter of perspective. In that, are you going to see this change as, I like to say, I view life in hellos and goodbyes. Are you saying goodbye to the thing that you're losing, or are you going to accept the new stuff with open arms? And so while it's bittersweet to say goodbye to a Critter's Corner, I am happy saying hello to a Cinema's Corner. And obviously we're all familiar with the Cinema's Corner to an extent. We've had about 5 episodes in. But I'm happy to with open arms accept a full series of a Critters Corner, and I think that's going to be good change for us and the Critter heads. Raymond, thoughts?
Work hard, ball harder.
Work hard, ball harder is going to be the sort of mantra that we're going to go by moving forward. I will say, making a Critters Corner, we did not work hard, and we sure as hell did not ball. We balled pretty soft, but we're going to be sure to fix that with the Cinemas Corner. Before you go, Clay, and before we go as a Critters Corner, what's your favorite critter?
You know, being behind the scenes on a lot of this, it's always been a difficult question because you never want to be a producer about something that you're not passionate about, right? So I would just say, like,
and you're passionate about this.
I'm passionate. I'm passionate about giving an opportunity to young folks, which I think is what we do here at Awesomeness TV. And I think one half of a Critters Corner, Raymond Cruz, you know, he put it there best. I love fucking dogs. And I would say that's my favorite critter.
We gotta clip that.
I guess the last thing, if I could just say that some things that we're disappointed that we never got to do.
Whoa, dude.
Being a part of Awesomeness TV. I mean, I know you are disappointed that you didn't get to fuck more dogs. But I think for me personally, as a host of the Critters Corner, I'm sort of upset that we never got the chance to, being on Awesomeness TV, we never got the chance to collab with Rob Dyrdek the way you wanted us to. And that's just, I mean, I'm not sure how the guy feels about movies. Maybe he can be with us in the Cinemas Corner. But you know, that's just something that we can kind of like hope for in the next life.
And what I can say to that is Rob Dyrdek really switched up who he was. I view him more as a conglomerate now, just because of how much things like ridiculousness and what was that show we had? Kitchenness.
He's not on Awesomeness TV, is he? I was thinking of ridiculousness. Awesome TV is Heartbreak Hotel. What's the Attaway General?
Attaway General. That's
General.
right.
You wanted to get us on Attaway General.
I want to get you on Attaway General. I wanted y'all to meet Noah. He's amazing. We're trying to see if we can turn.
Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah.
She got hand tattoos?
It's pretty cool.
A lot.
You know, I wish I could have used more of the pull of Awesomeness TV to bring into the corner. And I'm gonna be honest, it has been, you know, it's been a rough time. Just trying to keep providing.
For you especially, I'd imagine.
Yeah, because technically I'm employed. But it's just it is hard, right?
I mean, I'd imagine technically you are, because this is your job, right?
Right.
Like, title-wise, this is your job.
This is what I do for a living.
But I feel like, logistically speaking, when you do your taxes and you put income $13 for a whole year, it's like, do you really have a job?
Well, you know, the great part about that is I don't make enough to have to do my taxes. So, one could say that I'm in a better spot than, you know, a person that has more belief in if they do have an occupation.
Sure. I guess my last thing to say is, I guess because this is the last episode now, we're gonna have to do something else for our anniversary next week. But since you're our producer, I guess this episode and consequentially the series can end. Who is this?
Sabrina Carpenter.
Can end whenever you want it to. I don't have any concluding words, Raymond.
Work hard, but ball harder.
Jesus Christ.
I know you guys aren't going anywhere as a comedic duo, but
yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say to all the critter heads out there?
You know, I had a similar speech earlier today doing my 500 subscriber special, but I can just say thank you. To all the people in other countries, our international critterheads, whether you are real or somebody using a VPN, thank you. I appreciate the listens and I appreciate the support. And I gotta say, in those first few episodes, when I looked at the statistics and we had someone in Belgium, whether real or not, that excitement was.
It was real.
The excitement was real, and I just want to say thank you for giving me that, and likewise to all of my critterheads and people who have like friends of ours who have listened to the podcast. Much to my surprise, because I'd imagine like you already hear enough of me. I can't imagine you sitting down for an hour every week to listen to me more. Thank you for everything, for support, and for making me, and I don't know if Raymond agrees, but making me believe that I have something to say that someone wants to hear, which is astounding to think that that's the case in an animal-based podcast. But yeah, thank you. And I know this isn't a goodbye because we'll be back in a couple weeks with a Cinemas Corner. But thank you. From one last time from a Critters Corner, thank you for being your best critterhead. Raymond?
He said it all. Work hard, ball harder.
Cut the show. Trash it. How long did we actually talk for?
Not almost an hour.
Wait,
There you go.
that wasn't even an hour?